What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, your favorite gentleman, DeMarlo West, the creator and host of When Men Talk. Listen, this is a platform where we are breaking stereotypes, we're breaking barriers and dismantling myths. Join me and my guest when men talk. What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year. Happy 2024. We back when men talk, and I'm excited about it. I got my boy, my brother, as a co-host with me, Patrick Munn.
Yes,
Man,
yes.
That means we're doing some great things,
Absolutely.
and we're growing.
Absolutely.
Amazing guest today, Rodney Wash,
Hello.
Open Relationship Podcast.
But not in one. Play on words.
See.
Unless you got money.
See. Oh, my God.
Talks, the money talks.
Listen, I know that's right. But last but certainly, most definitely not least, my brother, the man that is responsible for just about every celebrity you see on TV. This is the man behind the scenes. David Robinson, the owner of the David Brand PR Agency. You are incredible.
Oh, friend.
And he has a notable clientele. He has myself, and then he has me again, and he has me one more time.
All about you. That's right.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Man, I'm so glad to have each and every one of y'all on the show. It's amazing.
Thank you.
So now that we're at the top of 2024, this is what I want to ask y'all. What did you tell yourself January of 2023, what that year would be like for you? What's the first thing come to your mind?
Well, I really don't have any expectations because when I was 21, on September 2012, I had a bad car wreck when I had my whole face was bust open.
Oh, my.
And they told my parents I was dead.
Jesus.
So moving
Look at
forward, I just go with every day with just being thankful and let the cards play how I play, because I was supposed to be in class taking a test that day. Here I was in the hospital with 152 stitches stuck in my face. So
Wow.
I don't go in saying I want this, and that. I just go in every day being thankful.
That's
Could
incredible.
put you in a different perspective when you have a near-death experience.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Wow.
definitely
God
will.
bless you.
But I'm still here.
Watch it.
Go ahead. Well,
What about you,
you know,
David?
for me, it's interesting. I don't know that I set like specific goals in 2023. Expansion is always probably on the table, but you know, sometimes God has things different. You just learn a lot of lessons, and just wanted to be in a space where I can hear God's voice and hear his direction as far as to whatever it is. I think that was really the goal. So I think going into 2024, a lot of the lessons I learned, I'm ready to apply.
You know, I like to look at it. I like to look at things like this. Most people use the cliche, a New Year's resolution, right? I like to look at it like a New Year's evolution, because I feel like people should evolve. People should grow. But with respect to that, asking you about 2023, at the top of 2023, what is that one thing, though, that stood out at the top of the year? You said, oh, I'm going to do that.
I say every year, this gonna be the best year ever. Every year, at the beginning of the year, I say 2023, this is about to be the best year for me in all aspects, in my marriage, my relationship with God, finances, business. This gonna be the best year. And that's what I set out. I set out for it to be the best year.
And when you
The
say
best year.
The best year. This year
With
gonna be
THEE.
that one right there. It's gonna be better than any year I done stepped into.
Got it.
So-
And when you say the best year, what version of that do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean the version?
Like when you say the best,
Better
how do
me.
you define the best for you in that year,
It's-
as opposed to previous?
It's a step up from last year. So if last year I made $1 million,
Okay.
this year I'm gonna make more than $1 million.
Well, give me
Got
$5.
I'm just
Got
saying.
it.
They told us don't bring no cash.
I'm closing in 15 days. I need $5.
You say, now what you say? Now you say what? You
I'm closing in 15 days. I need $5.
What you closing on?
A house. Praise God.
Hey,
All right,
listen.
now, congratulations.
All right,
Give it up for
listen.
Rodney.
How I got over.
Hey, listen. Now that right there, that is something to be happy about.
Yeah.
Yes, it's stressful as hell. So anyone who's buying a house, let me look up right here. Your credit does not matter. It gets you in the door, but you got to cut your finger off, cut your toe off. Might have to get a little earring here and there because they're gonna ask for everything.
They want it all.
You can have the money and the credit. They don't care. They want to know what's on your taxes, how much, why you got all these cash ups. I'm like, I don't scam. What the hell?
But you know, that's what we living in right now.
How long was the process?
So I start in October and I'll be done within mid-February.
So when did you make a decision that you wanted to buy a house?
October 27th of last year because I got tired of paying rent and I'm just feeling like ownership is the key to having money. Because my apartment right now is like like $2,500 and I'm like, I'm not gaining anything from this.
Yeah,
I need equity.
You could be in a house.
Yeah.
Paying that
You
same
can be in a
money.
house, yeah.
You can be in a house. Paying
Wow.
that same money.
That
David,
much,
what about
same
you, though?
Or less. For me, I think one of the biggest goals I think for me was not to take fitness as just a short-term goal, but to really make it a lifestyle change.
Wow.
Let me
Yes.
have
So
my-
I will say, like last year, I've really decreased a lot of my fried food intake. Like I live right by Popeyes, and let me tell you something about Popeyes.
Minnie don't burn no chicken.
Listen. And so you know they got the wafters that they put the smell out. And
Yeah.
that works.
Oh, that grease.
Oh, it works. But
So you
I-
do
I-
like chicken smell?
I love to take it home.
To take it home.
To take
Not
to
to
wear
wear
it.
it. You don't want to wear it.
Not
I'm
to
just trying
wear
to
it.
get clarified.
Not to wear it.
I won't know my clothes smelling like chicken.
Listen, let me tell you
But
something about
outside
me.
can smell like chicken.
Let me tell you something about me. I don't like going to a restaurant. We would talk about a couple of restaurants. I won't say the names, but where there's zero ventilation, and you come out and you smell like what you just
Oh,
ate.
nah, it's
that's
horrible.
not sexy. That's not
Now,
sexy.
you
for
want to still
nobody.
smell like your cologne. You
Right,
smell it.
right.
Absolutely.
So you
But
said
you
that so fitness was a thing for you.
Yeah.
And you said as opposed to having it just as a plan to look good,
Yeah.
you wanted to make it a lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Okay, so but how outside of anything aesthetically, internally, what are some things that you said at the top of 2023? Or I'll even go here. I'll even say probably by April, May of 2023. As the year went on, what are some things internally that you said, this is what I'm going to change? Or this is what I'm going to do differently?
I think one of the things was to really address my own imposter syndrome and
yeah.
tell myself that I can.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's
and
powerful.
and not allow a narrative saying that I can't. And so I think just being very conscious of that,
Yes.
of saying, throughout the year, and as the waves of life happen, and they definitely happen,
Absolutely.
but to really stay in a space of saying, I can do this, and there's no reason why I can't. And if there is a reason why I can't, the reason would probably be me.
Yeah.
That's
The
it.
main reason.
That's accountability.
Yeah. So I think that was one of the things that I was just very intentional of, because we go through so many different things. I mean, especially, we talked about, building the business, and, this business was just an idea a few years ago. Right. And so for something that was just an idea a few years ago to be at the seat with some really important people and in some important stages, it blows my mind. So it says, okay, if you can do this, you can do anything.
You can do the next thing
That's
too.
true.
Yeah.
I just remember when I started off on the Facebook. Me and my homegirl show called Lipstick and Cognac. Got picked up by
It's
Rolling
called
Out-
what?
It was called Lipstick and Cognac.
Okay.
Got picked up by Rolling Out magazine, and from there my life just went
Wow.
in the direction where I was just blown away. I was on stage with Pandora executives on panels, like, this is really happening.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Pre-COVID, but we're gonna get back there. But like it was just
Absolutely.
it's just
Speaking.
really cool to see how when you have a vision, like we said, and you actually put effort into it, it might take longer than others. When it happens, it happens.
At the top of 2023, January, what I committed, well, really the end of December of 22, I said at the top of 2023, similar to you as far as fitness is concerned, I said, I have got to change how I eat. I have got to change. Although aesthetically, yes, I want to look a certain way, but there is a commitment that I want to make to myself and prove to myself that I can. But I also want that commitment to be transferable to other components in my life. starting another business, or even just healing some places within me so that I could become a better version of who I am, so that I can execute differently in the world and in the earth. And that goes for my talents. That goes for my dealings with people, my relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it goes for all of that, because I'm always interested in evolving to a better person.
And that's what I mean by the best.
Got
This
it.
year,
Okay.
I'm gonna be the best in
Got
every
it.
aspect that I can. My relationship with people, with my wife, with the church, just anything that I'm involved in, I'm gonna be the best I can be in that.
I have a caveat to that, because I feel like when you're always trying to chase something and you don't give yourself to just be okay, where you, like, there's a place where you at peace. I feel like you will never get to live life because you think nothing's never enough for you.
But see, it's for me, being the best, that's peace for me. That's peace. If I'm back here and I know I'm lacking somewhere, that ain't the best. That ain't peaceful, because I know I could have did that better. So if I go out and, to me, when I'm done, like, that was the best I can do. And if it wasn't to whoever else's level or their expectation, that's on them. Because for me, that was my best. So I just continue like that. Like, I agree though. Like, you can't just say, I need to do this and it has to be this perfect way. There is no perfect. If you keep reaching for that perfect, I mean, you can, but who gets there? They say we're not perfect. We're
Well,
not
you never
perfect
reach it.
beings. So I know my best is my perfect.
And life
And
goes
they're not.
by, and life can be gone.
Before you know it.
Any minute, you could be trying to, I want to do this, and then you just.
Yeah. Wasted a lot of time right there.
I think it's a balance sometimes. I think it's a balance of both, because sometimes I think that if we get too complacent, then it's easy, at least for me, to just fall in laziness.
Yeah.
If I don't have
that's a good
something, if
spot.
I don't have anything that I'm chasing,
That's
then there's a spot where I'm just too
that lazy spot
complacent.
is so comfortable.
Then it's so
It's
comfortable.
Yeah.
comfortable.
It's
When I tell
extremely
you,
comfortable,
yes.
and it's easy to be there, and then you don't realize your own productivity that got you here
Yeah.
Exactly.
is going.
I just
is
really
going
think
right
you just
here.
need to find median. Like, I feel like we just always want to chase, someone chase a bag, chase this, chase that. Like, it's okay to be okay. And I think that's what people don't understand. It's okay to be okay.
But what's your okay?
My okay is, as long as I'm up in the morning, I'm healthy, I can pay for my bills, I can do what I want to do with my little change I got, I'm okay. Now, if I have more money to do more stuff with, I'm fine with that.
You're fine with that too.
But like, I'm getting in the house, like, I'm okay. Like, I don't have to worry about ever paying rent again if I want to. Like, I'm okay. I don't need I have my house like 3,200 square feet, and I don't need like 10,000, like 10 square feet house. I'm okay. I have a
But
house.
see, that is you aligning with your best. Can you do better than that? If you wanted to.
If I wanted to,
Okay,
yeah.
so see, you saying I'm just okay. I'm saying my best may be that house you about to move into, but that's the best for me. Now, for DeMarlo or for anyone else, they might say, "No, I need that 10,000." You know what I mean? That
But it is a
$1
house
million.
bigger than that. It is a house bigger than that. So when are you gonna go mad trying to get the best? Like, you just.
But that's
keep
not the
trying
best
to-
for me.
Yeah.
That's the best for them. My best is to say I'm gonna get me a $400,000 house, and I don't need to go no bigger than that. And that can only have 4 rooms. But for me, that's my best. They got a basement and a 2-3 car garage, whatever. That's my best. So to me, my best is my just okay.
And I think your best is also defined by where you are at that time, because it speaks to being evolving. I read a note. I was at a photo shoot one day, and I was doing makeup for this lady, and I asked her, I said, "Can I use your restroom real quick?" And so I went in the restroom, and as I was washing my hands, I looked up and she had these sticky notes along her mirror, just yellow little sticky notes. And one of them I remember so vividly. She said on there, she had written, "Be where your feet is planted." And that resonated with
that's
me.
deep.
It's very deep. And I stood there and I looked at that sticky note, and I reflected on so much for me. Be where your feet is planted. And the way that I took that and interpret that, I said, okay, what this means to me is appreciate and recognize and acknowledge exactly where I am. Acknowledge exactly where I am, because if I can acknowledge this place
Absolutely.
of where I am,
Absolutely.
then the reveal of the vision I have for myself, later on, that stuff will unfold
Absolutely.
over and over. But there are some
Absolutely.
lessons,
Absolutely.
and I need to appreciate where God has
Absolutely.
placed me.
Absolutely.
Because divinely,
Absolutely.
where I'm planted is there for a reason. There are lessons. There's stuff that I need to see. There's some stuff that I don't need to see. There's stuff I need to learn. There's stuff I need to unlearn.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So there's so many, and it's my belief that that is becoming an evolutionized, if you will, version that always go. That's a continuing effect of who I am. It grows and grows and grows. Patrick and I was talking in the dressing room, just reflecting over 2023. But you asked the powerful
Yeah, I
question.
have a question too. My question is, inside of 2024, going into 2024, what things did you what did you accomplish, or what did you not accomplish? Leaving out of 23, going into 24, what are those things that you didn't accomplish that you said, hey, at the beginning or during any time during 2023, you said, I'm going to do this. I made a commitment to it. I'm going to do it. But sometimes we hit it. Sometimes we don't.
I can
What are
tell you
those
right now,
things?
for me, what it was.
So you know right now?
For me, I said the commitment that I did not keep was I wanted to launch my online course, my online makeup course.
I remember you talking about that.
Okay,
I remember you
we
talking
talked
about
about it,
Yeah.
and I said I wanted to do that, becoming complacent and get comfortable. And what ended up happening is you get in the rhythm of that comfort,
Yes.
not even realizing that you're being stagnant.
Absolutely.
That's what he said. That's that lazy spot.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you
But
get
by
in
the
that
time you
lazy spot.
realize
It's
you
like,
come
okay,
out,
I'm cool.
Absolutely.
It's cool. I'm gonna do it. But for me, what I am continuously, I have learned, but I continuously learn is that I have to get things out of my head and onto paper because my eyes need to see it so it can begin to manifest. Because once I see it, then I'll roll with it. But once if it lives in my head too long, I'll just let it live right there. So I said, okay, boom.
Say it, see it, do it.
Yep.
You said it to yourself. You put it down so you can see it, and then put it in motion.
And that's why people have vision boards so that they can see it.
I never believed that until she got a vision board and she put it up, and I saw the things coming to life that she had put on that board. And I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna try it. So I tried it, and I say they work. I agree, they do work.
I'll say I have
vision boards.
No,
I'll tell you one
Like you
thing.
limit yourself.
you limit.
You said what?
Say you
I feel like you
limit.
limit yourself to what's on that board.
On vision board?
Yeah.
Why? Why you say
But
that?
I feel like you only gonna see what you put right there, and your life can change from that moment. You
But that
planted
vision
your
board
whole
can
year
change.
for that one vision board.
That vision.
What sign are you?
That vision board.
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, okay.
The vision
That's
board
interesting.
can change.
For a Capricorn.
It can change.
Yeah,
because
your vision
she
can
has-
change.
She has a it's a whiteboard. It's a big whiteboard that she has that she can write on, erase it, and it changes.
It does.
So it changes because I've seen things on this board and then I went back and it's no longer there. Now either she accomplished that or she changed her mind. Like I don't want to go that direction. So the vision is still being seen. It's just put it in motion.
It does help give it momentum.
Yes.
It does help give it.
I can agree.
There was a client of mine that she gave me some advice. We were talking about something. I was like, yeah, I was getting frustrated at some things, and I told her I wanted to create something of my own, and she was like, okay, so did you write it out? I said, no, but I mean, I know what it is.
It's
And
it's
she
right
was
there.
like, okay, well, she said the Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. So are you going to write? You can't expect to get what you're supposed to get if you're not going to do what you're supposed to do. So you at least need to get to writing, like start writing. And I was like, no, I was just kind of like, oh yeah. And she was like, no, I understand, but obedience is a better sacrifice. So right. So I actually did. I took her advice, pulled up my laptop, and I started writing it out. And before I know it, I had like 3 pages worth of content. And then I'm like, oh, so this is it. And before I knew it, having it written, I then like emailed it to like a couple people that I knew wanted to be a part of it. And then it felt real.
Okay.
It didn't feel real
But you had to see it
until
too.
I had to see it.
That
I
makes
had
sense.
to see it.
But that's what faith is. That's exactly what it is. Because I'm a firm believer of this right here, talking about aligning for in the years and what we say to ourselves and proclamations or announcements that we give our spirit, right? What I would say is faith is, I have to. You gotta see. Karen wrote a song.
I was just thinking, I promise you, I was just about to quote it, and I know exactly what you're gonna say. I swear to God, I was like, my
You
next
were there.
point
Yeah,
is gonna be
you're
right there.
there.
I know
You're
exactly what you're gonna say.
Karen Clark Sheard wrote a song years ago, and she often have said this even in her songs, and her husband Bishop Sheard has even said it. You gotta see it before you see it, or you never will see it. That's it.
But
And
isn't faith having faith that you don't see it? If that makes sense, what I'm saying, like we don't see God, right? But we believe in God.
yeah. That it's
So
that's
see it with your spiritual eye.
yeah. You gotta see it with your spiritual eyes, and you believe because the power of anything that's manifested is belief.
Now the way you said that looked like you was about to lay hands.
Did it? I moved a little bit. I said, hey, listen,
I said,
you know,
That was a wave.
I love the Lord over here. Like,
But
you know,
to go into commitments, back to the question that he said, not to change it too much, but I made a commitment to myself to get closer to God since we still there, and I didn't reach where I felt like I should be. Now I feel like I got closer, but I know there's a closer than where I am. So to me, that's not reaching that commitment I made to myself. I also said with my business,
what's the separator? What's keeping you from getting to
Me.
that? How so?
it's just me. I can't give an exact like the pinpoint.
Is it
what
like
it is.
not spending enough time?
That's
or-
one way.
Okay.
So it's like I would sit here. I can give you several reasons. Like I know it's time, fear.
what do you fear? That's a good. Let's stop there.
I fear what I'll learn about me.
Mm.
You were scared. You afraid of yourself?
I'm afraid of God. That's the only thing I fear. So when I go into there, it's going to show me things that I'm not ready to change about myself yet. So that's the fear. I don't want to let go of some things that I feel like makes me me. And when I go into there, it's the word I feel like is going to humble me more. And where I'm at, I need to be this way that I am. So I'm kind of fearful. Like I want to go in there because like I'm not going to play with things. So to give an example, I never joined the gang because I would be serious. Like it's gonna be serious for me. If I'm a blood, crip, folk, whatever the gang is, I'm serious. You cannot be the opposite of me and sit here and think we're gonna be cool because of how I felt back in the day. Because it was serious. Nowadays it's much better. You can have a group of people that are not from the same set, hood, or whatever, and they can sit together. But I wouldn't be around right now because of where I lived. I would probably be in prison. Because I would have been serious. You can't be the opposite of what I am and expect for us to be in the same place.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
So do you feel like the other side of you getting closer, do you really believe that it's better?
I know it's going to be better.
So are you scared of better?
I'm not. I just know my walk is a slow walk. It has to be slow because it's just like saying, I'm going to stop eating sugar, but you ain't going to just stop today. I never smoke another cigarette for people that smoke. And then today I'm done. Now you have people that can just cold turkey and quit.
Interesting.
But
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
it takes, I only smoke one now. I smoke one a day instead of
Yeah.
three
Yeah.
a day. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yep,
my
yep.
walk with God in that aspect is like, I can't just say everything that I do that I shouldn't do, I'm no longer doing.
Let me ask you this. You said that you wanted to be, it could be better. The question that you asked him, it could be better. Before that, you said that it's going to be the best. You used the verbiage best. My question is, how do those dots connect? Because if you say that this is going to be the best, my closest relationship with God is this, but what if God's choice for you is to shift your identity in him? And a part of shifting your identity in him requires you to surrender of who you have married yourself to be to yourself.
Again,
Does that make sense?
That's my
because
slow walk.
because here's the thing. If
I have
your
so many
slow
questions.
walk,
I know, I can see you.
I just have so
You
many
preaching
questions.
good, sir. Doing this right now, like you see his hands, he ready. Like,
if you're best,
I want him to.
if you're saying that you're best, it's gonna be this and this and that's my best, and I'm gonna. But then when God get ready to tap, hey, I hear all of that because all of the best that you just mentioned is those things that you are confident in. But this part that you're married to the most, what if he's interested in tapping that and changing that?
Now,
And then
I'm willing. I'm willing.
but it then shift from best to better. And better falls here in comparison to best.
Sir, you
So-
preaching good now.
So my interest lies in, where is the gap? It goes back to, where is the gap between best and better when it comes down to shifting the identity in who you are, but allowing God to do it for you, which requires a
Again-
closeness with
Again,
him.
that's me saying before, it's me that's holding up my closeness with God. Me.
Got it.
Not wanting to let go.
Got
not
it.
ready to let go. Fearing letting go. So it's myself that does that. So inside of that, if there's things that I feel like God has said to me or told me or shown me I need to do, oh, I'm going to do that now. Because he put that clean plane in my face right now. So I know I'm not, I listen. It took me some time to get there. I done bumped my head quite a bit. But after you bump your head so much, it's kind of like, okay, I'm tired of them headaches. So I'm just going to go ahead and listen. Now, those things, yes, I let those go. I'm no longer going to do it again. You don't have to worry about it. You won't see it again. But then there's things that I just say, not yet.
Can I offer something?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can I offer I've had, the reason why I'm offering is because I've had these same conversations with myself and been like, oh, I just know I need to do this and this. You know, one thing that I decided to do is allow God to accept me, flaws and all. Like the things that I don't like about myself.
Yes.
I gave that to him too. And said, okay, God, I like to drink, or I like to do this, I like to do that. It is what it is. If you want me to stop, help me to make it stop. And I'm going to continue to live. But I think that also speaks to where the Bible talks about, worship him in spirit and in truth. It's the truth of who I am. We talked about cigarettes. I like to smoke cigarettes. Well, God, where's the smoking section down to the church? Because that's what I like to do. You want to end it? I'm putting it back on you to make the opportunities for me to become who you want me to be.
But it gives you a choice.
Yeah.
Like even if he came and gave you the notion of these cigarettes ain't gonna do you good.
Yeah.
Okay, you coughing.
Yeah.
For no reason. You don't know why. It's summer. This ain't a summer cough. This is a cigarette cough. So these things are coming upon you, and then you say, well, you know what? That's a summer cough. And you continue to smoke. So he said, okay, I need to do something different to him. Because you have a choice. Right now you can say, you know what? I ain't got no summer cough. This is these cigarettes I'm smoking. I can stop. So he said, okay, I tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give him a cancer scare. I'm gonna tell him he has the thing that comes before they say you have cancer. Let him know, hey, I'm here with you, but I'm giving you a choice to stop. Or I can give you cancer and now you going to stop. Or take the other choice and say, I'm gonna continue to do it and just let it take me out. So he gives you a choice in what you do. He say, I'm not gonna just take it from you. I have the power to do that, but I'm not. I'm gonna give you a choice. Yeah. Now, do you wanna go over here and buy this carton? Yeah. Or do you wanna listen to this cough that you got, that I gave you because I want you to stop cigarettes? So you have a choice. He leaves you with a choice.
Yeah.
But I want you to come with these questions.
Yeah, because it's boiling over here.
The reason why I asked you what is a Christian walk for you, because I feel like we put a lot of people saying and make it in the Bible, and there's just a person saying it. Because I'm part of the queer community, right? According to what people say, I should be going straight to hell. I should believe in God. But nobody on this couch in this world could tell me that God don't love me and I don't love God.
Absolutely.
So I might be out and about doing things. Now, some people might not agree with it, but I don't know what you do behind closed doors either.
Right.
And if you can see the God in me, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Absolutely.
If I'm supposed to be in a hookah spot and I'm just talking about God, nobody ever heard about God before, I did my part.
Right. You share.
I'm still where I'm supposed to be. Jesus walked with everybody.
He did.
He didn't stay with the holy than thou people. Right. He walked with everybody. So I feel like if you were a Christian, you are supposed to be walking in places where you might not supposed to be, quote unquote, to the regular Christian God person. So if you are who you are enough. Nobody should never tell you. You should never feel ashamed about who you are.
Right, right.
Like that hurt my spirit when you said that you feel like you are afraid of God. Like however you put it. I'm sorry, I might have misinterpreted it
Yeah,
wrong.
I'm like, yeah, no.
Like
no.
you're afraid of who you are. What you say it again?
I really can't even tell you exactly how I said it because that's exactly that's what it was. Right?
Yeah,
You know what I
and-
mean? But I'm saying I fear God, but like I know there's a better me. That I do know. I know this because I know I shouldn't even really. I've never been a drinker, but I'll sip on something, and I feel like I don't even.
And I'll do it for you.
I don't even need
Listen,
to do that.
Well,
I'll
look,
That's
do
what
it.
you got
somebody could be
support for.
watching that and be like, "Oh,
You see my
a Christian having a drink and
Tithering
talking about."
down the
You know,
water.
you can reach the message is there.
Yeah.
The message is not always like how you
But
think
see,
it's
that's what I
supposed to
said.
be.
For me, I guess I could say I'm more of an extreme. I want to be as close to God or as close to perfect in His eyes as I can, and I feel like that would be me giving
You
up
drive
some
yourself,
things.
man.
Can I give you
Nobody-
something?
Yeah, I agree.
I know that.
You're
I'm
driving
not saying
yourself
I'm
crazy.
perfect. Listen, this is because I'm never going. I know I'm not reaching perfect. I said for perfect for me in His eyes. Now I didn't say I would be perfect, meaning there every niche, knot, and thing is in line and in order. I'm saying in God's eyes, He's going to look at me and say, "That was Patrick's best. That was his best." I know that was his best. So I know I'm not there yet. You know what I mean? Like I said, I have a slow walk with Him.
Absolutely.
I'll use from last year in 2023, my prayer life was not good. Here in 2024, just starting, I've seen how from 2023 the beginning to where I'm at in 24, my prayer life is better. Meaning I'll get up at 5 in the morning and pray and then go back to sleep. And then I'll get up at 7 before it's time for me to leave, and I'll be praying again. Or I'll find myself just upon me working that I'm having a conversation with God, and I'm like, I ain't normally do this. I mean, I just, in the morning, I say, God, thank you for waking me this morning, and He'll never hear from me again until something is going on, or I'm laying in the bed, and I throw another one out there, thank you, God, for keeping me today. That was my beginning of 2023. That's as much as you'll get.
You cultivated a relationship, and that's what it is. Developing a prayer life is developing a relationship, because when you develop relationship, you become more intimate, and in those intimate spaces is where we learn some of the most precious jewels about ourselves and our life. And when you said it, this is incredible, because when you mentioned that I'm striving to, however you worded it, including the word perfection, right? I remember an instance one time where I was going through a situation, and I was really, really, really hard on myself about certain stuff. And I was like, oh God, oh God, oh God. And I heard ever so clearly to me, and it sat with me, and it still lives with me today. I heard God speak to me and say, listen, I never expected you to be perfect. That was never my expectation of you. You know why? Because I knew when you made of this, it's impossible. It is impossible for you to be perfect. Add to that, if you say you were perfect, and if we were, then you're no earthly good, period. Why are you here? Because you have achieved it, and then you'll get to the point where you think you're Him. Because it's to be perfect is to be God. You see what I'm saying? And it ain't nobody made of flesh that is perfect. I don't care what seat you sit in. I don't care how popular you are. I don't care how high you are in ministry or how high you are in your industry. Okay? You are made of flesh, and with that flesh comes imperfections. And I think it is our responsibility, though, to always look at life through the lens of expectation of more. Because I cannot read a Bible that tells me that God has given me life and life more abundantly, and I continue to confess mediocrity. I can't do it. I cannot do that. And once I realize that I'm not built that way, then I have to, out of my mouth, I have to come out with things that are only prosperous and that is tied to prosperity. So when you was in your accident, instantly, God came in and ministered to you in silence. You couldn't say a word, right? You're needing medical attention. God came and spoke to you and ministered to you in a way that was so intimate that nobody else would know anything about, that would quickly change the trajectory of your life for the entire year and for the rest of your life. And from that, you begin to speak and see life through a whole different lens because you saw your life flash before your eyes like that, which gave you a completely different perspective. So now the perspective is, I'm going to do this, or I want this. When you gave God and say, listen, this is who I am and I'm giving it back to you, you can't buy that type of acceptance anywhere. Because then what that said was, I'm so in tune with me, regardless of what I've been taught or what I've been told. I am so in tune with me that I have surrendered all of me, even the beauty of my flaws, to God, that cultivated a better and best relationship with
Sir,
him.
if you don't preach.
Do you hear me today? Now, listen, now I'm saying something better than you responded back to me.
I know we gotta go.
Better preach.
I know we gotta go. Yeah.
I just gotta say this.
Listen.
I was talking to God. When people was telling me I was dead, telling my mom and dad to come up and get the body, call her hers. Wow. They told me somebody else's guts was on me. My face was bust. It was a bad car wreck. 2 people died.
Oh no.
I remember being in a white room, and I'm not making this up. And he came in the form of my grandfather. He just died a year before, and we're talking, and then I realized, like, wait, you're dead. Like, why I'm talking to you? And the voice changed, but wasn't scared. He was like, it's not your time. You got great things going for you.
Wow.
I want you to get up out this car and walk towards the people. And that's when people tell me that I know God is real. God was there with me in the midst of me dying, but he stopped it. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be here.
Right.
I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
But I'm here.
But you're here because you have a purpose.
And I have a purpose. And whatever your Christian walk is, it's yours. It's not perfect. It don't have to make sense to anyone. Only one person went to heaven when they died. I ain't never seen anybody else in this century went there who claimed they was holier than thou. But I know one person who did. So I'm saying to say, like, don't let the world conform you. And whatever they have for you, put labels on you. Because you, my brother, are enough.
Absolutely.
Listen, and with that being said,
The doors of the church are open.
put your glasses up when men talk. Cheers.